Well, we do feel so very much at home here. And today is the third party that Goldsmiths have given for us in 30 years. Goldsmiths were the first place under Professor Diane Waller, who, as we heard just now, is unfortunately unable to be here because of a broken hip. But certainly yesterday, her good wishes. And it was she who was the guiding light of the art psychotherapy department here at Goldsmiths, and who encouraged us very much at the beginning. And Professor, the warden, Ken Gregory, who was the first warden who made us welcome and welcomed the support that we have been thrilled to give from the trust set up 30 years ago in memory of my late wife, Corrine, to support art therapy for cancer sufferers. We've met regularly here over the years with what are now 31 Corrine Burton scholars, with the encouragement of 4 subsequent wardens, Ben Pimlott, who's building looms over us over there, Geoffrey Crossick went on to be Vice Chancellor of London University, Patrick Lowry, who spoke to us at the last party, and now our present warden. And throughout, with the support of the relevant departments, through Diane Waller and Kevin Jones, and Jill Westwood, to Alison Woolley, Angela Elderton, and Lucy Nagar. But we have been so inspired by our alumni. Apart from the work on show today, which I hope everyone will go and have a look at, available today are copies of the astounding book which was put together for our 25th anniversary by one of those alumni, David Little, who again wrote to me yesterday to say how sorry he couldn't come today, containing important contributions from all of our then alumni. It's quite incredible to look, many of you of course are still here again, come back today, but to look here at each year's alumnus or alumna and the contributions that they made to the book, which have not only been contributions to the book, but have gone on to be publications, important publications, in the field itself. And there's also a copy somewhere of the recent report from some of their successors. The Trust is the only charity supporting art therapy for cancer sufferers. But that doesn't explain the tremendous and continuing support and affection shown us by the faculty, the alumni, and the students of Goldsmiths. Many of our alumni have gone on to important positions in the field of art psychotherapy, such as David Hardy, who is our second scholar, and is here today, and Claire Louise Leyland, now Bakulik, who I think is president of the British Association of Art Psychotherapists. But so many of you of them have gone on to fill important roles, and that's what we hope for when we set this up, because we, as I said, we're the only charity supporting art therapy for cancer sufferers, and the idea was that we would not only fund the opportunity for 2 or 3 years as a scholar, student here, but also a couple of years afterwards out in the big wide world, the idea being to sit at the seed corn of new jobs, and that's what almost all of you have done. You've taken up and indeed often created positions in an ever-increasing provision of art therapy for cancer sufferers. And in some cases, not only in England, Wales, but in Dubai, Singapore, Brunei, where Tim Dewsbury, our number 3 or number 4 scholar, still is, Channel Islands, many other positions all around the country. And that's because we like to think we pushed the boat out, pushed you out that way to fill spaces, create spaces in a new and very important field. The other connection, of which we are very proud, is that with the other institution, which we are pleased to support, the Barts Hospital Oncology Department. A very close connection has now been built up between Barts, where we have a Corrine Burton art therapist, the most recent today, Poppy Stevens is the Corrine Burton art therapist at Barts, and we shall be hearing from her, but at least 7, I think maybe more, of the alumni of Barts, of Goldsmiths, have gone on to work at Barts, either during their internships or very often staying on afterwards and being paid to do so. And so there has been a connection, an ongoing connection. And I think Sophie was there, you're there at the moment, aren't you? Just left here and moved on to Barts. So it is not only, therefore, the Corrine Burton art therapist at Goldsmiths, but this at Barts, but this ongoing connection with Goldsmiths. I am delighted to see a number of our alumni here today, as well as the present CBMT student. Normally, I take the opportunity to say how much you've taught me and my fellow trustees about the work you do. But your own contributions, and in many cases publications, speak for themselves. It's enough to say that we are proud to have had the opportunity to help you to do what you do for cancer sufferers, giving them strength, understanding and insight, combining as you do the skills of and qualifications of carer, artist, therapist and counsellor, nerving them to fight the battle with cancer, not to go gentle into that good night, as Dylan Thomas described, but also to achieve reconciliation with it. Apart from thanking Goldsmiths for their hospitality and for organising this event, I want to take the opportunity to thank my fellow trustees, all of whom have for many years given their time and enthusiasm to run the charity, and particularly to find ways to raise sufficient money to keep us going for 30 years. Next event, dramatically, in October the 21st, the star of the show is here today. There he is over there. Naked Justice. It's tickets available for anyone who would like to come and support it. But also to thank our donors for their generosity, ranging from those who've attended our various events to the number of small and large trusts who have often, year after year, given us their generous support, and 2 of whom are represented here tonight, the Hospital Saturday Fund and St James's. But many of them have given us our backing over the years. And so thank you to them, thank you to the trustees, thank you to Goldsmiths, thank you to all of you, including parents and grandparents who we're going to see later when we meet our new student, Georgia, who is not simply an artist, but has done 3 years at Ruskin College, Oxford. So we are very privileged to have a real artist amongst the, nestling amongst the art therapists. But thank you all. And as I say, we've always felt so at home here, and we want to come back again and again if you'll let us.